Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Mary and today I'm going to share with you the updates of my braces for this month of December. And finally, we're now at the end of the year 2024 and it amazes me how fast the time flies because I've just started this YouTube channel last January of the same year and I can't imagine that I was able to upload videos for you. But anyway, for this month, the updates for my braces wouldn't be that a lot, I think, compared to the other previous months. But yeah, without further ado, let's dive right in. All right, so for this month, I'm going to share with you some bits of updates. So just a quick recap. I had a new wire at the bottom of my teeth, and this kind of wire, which has some sort of a wavy thing we have here, like this one. And the reason for that is to have these four front teeth to move backwards. Because again, for this treatment, I mean, last year I had my premolars extracted, and so there are gaps here. So before these four front teeth be moved backwards, the canines both at the upper and lower jaw should be moved backwards to together, or I mean closer to the other teeth, the premolars. So last month my dentist changed the rubbers. I mean, no, not the rubbers. Yeah, of course the rubbers, but the wires, and change this into this some sort of a shapy shape, like a wave there. And the reason for that is to close the gap between the four I mean the front teeth and the canine. So for this month I just learned how this wire actually does its work. So honestly, last month I was wondering why is there some sort of a wavy thing? Because usually the normal shape of the wire, if you know, is just a an arc shaped wire that is placed in between. I mean that is inserted in your brackets, and so this will align the teeth. But this time, since the goal is to close the gap, so it has this sort of a wave. The thing that I learned how this works was when I was doing my adjustments for this month. And actually, before, like last month, this wave shape part of the wire was actually like a bit close to each other. So, like the closest example that I can share with you is, for example, I'm just gonna use this wire. So the wire actually looks like this. So it's like the wire would have some sort of this shape, right? If you can see it, same like that. Last month, the shape of this curvy part of the wire was actually a little bit closer to each other, like that one. So this is how it works. This is the original shape of that wire, and then when she pulled the wire backwards, it looks like this now, like that. So the distance between those two has become bigger, and that would be a way for the wire to push the four front teeth. So what happened is, this is how I assume it, or if a dentist is if a dentist was is watching this video right now, correct me if I'm wrong. So this is how I think it works. So once this wire, like every month, is gonna have an adjustment. So this wire is going to go like this. The gaps will become bigger, but eventually the teeth will come closer to each other until such point that the wire would eventually shape to be like this, like that, like a straight wire here. So instead of going like that for the first stage of these type of wire for closing the gaps, eventually this will just go straight and going like that. And by the time it stretches into a straight wire, the teeth will eventually be closer to each other. And that would also mean that the gaps are closed. So yeah, I think that's how it works. Do you think that's how it works? But yeah. All right, so if you ask me how it felt when there was an adjustment with the shape of the wire, right after my dentist adjusted it backwards, I already felt the force of the wire pulling the four front teeth backwards. And does it hurt? It's not painful, but for me, I think this is quite satisfying to know that it's actually working, because I feel that there's a pressure going on, the force going on. So it's not really some bothersome stuff, just like, the other painful struggle when you have your braces. But yeah, that was okay, and I think that was great because the the tightness wasn't really that it didn't last for like more than a day. Like right after the adjustments I felt it, and then the day after it was gone. Okay, so moving on, I'm going to talk about the gaps of my teeth at the upper jaw. So there are gaps here as usual because the premolars were extracted, and I think the gap between the right versus the left side is a bit different. So the gap at the right side is actually larger compared to the left side, because here at the left side there's you cannot see the gaps here at the inner part of the teeth. There's a gap between these front teeth and the canine, and another gap at the canine and the premolar, to the premolar, yeah, the premolar, and a little bit of a gap in the molar side. Right now, the goal is to close the gap first at the bottom. But one of my observations is once the teeth here at the bottom are moving, there is a change going on also at the upper jaw, but it's not as fast as it should be moving, because there isn't any active, how do you call this, an active thing, an active device, or like appliance, or an active wire that is actually pulling the teeth backward. The movement of my teeth at the top is actually dependent on the movement at the bottom teeth. So the faster the bottom teeth moves, then the faster the upper teeth will be adjusted. And yeah, I think that is one of the updates for the upper jaw. Next is the rubbers. Okay, so last month, the rubbers that were used at the upper teeth were power chains. And for this month of December, my dentist changed the rubbers into individual rubbers. So you'll see it's not the one that is a connected chain. At the bottom, we still have the individual rubbers, but it has this ligature wire that will allow the teeth to be closer to each other. Because since if we don't have the ligature wires at the forefront teeth and we're moving it backwards, eventually these forefront teeth will have separated from each other. They're going to be like spaces in between the tooth, and we don't want that because we wanted the forefront teeth to go together, moving at the back. All right, guys. So I think that's the updates I have for this month of December. There's not really much, changes that was done during these adjustments, but I think my teeth has improved. And if you've watched my other videos, because I recently uploaded a shorts that I have all the images of the progress of my teeth from January this year until to December, and you can see the difference of my teeth starting from this year until the end of the year. And I'm just gonna show maybe a photo here. So this might be the January photo that I have, and then this is the December photo that I have. I think the most significant change that I've noticed is the canines, and also the teeth have moved more closer to each other. So in the January photo, you'll see that the teeth was quite wide because the canine hasn't moved yet in that photo. But by December, you'll see that it's more compact and the gaps are closer to each other, I'll create another video that would really dig into a recap of the progress of my braces from the first part of the year until the last month of 2024. We're just going to dig on that. But right now, I think that's it for the updates of my braces. And if you have questions, please don't hesitate to comment down below. And if you wanted to see the different phases of my teeth for this year, then you can watch the shorts. I don't know, was it here or here? I'm just gonna include the link here. I'm gonna watch the shorts of the photos of my teeth with the braces for each month. Maybe there's something that you can learn about it because that's how teeth works. And I mean the braces works for your teeth. But yeah, if you find this video helpful for you, because if you're also undergoing the same treatment that I have, then please don't forget to like this video. And if you're new to the channel, please don't forget to subscribe if you wanted to track my progress and if you wanted to learn more about braces, because I've been wearing braces for 6 years already. And so yeah, thank you so much guys, and Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and I'll see you on my next video.